Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. Out cruising around in the Gladiator today, and man, it is a windy day. Things are blowing around. There's some kind of front going through. I don't know. But I want to get on here and kind of talk about that a little bit, and that is noise. I'm sure you guys can probably hear it. Hopefully the microphone on my cell phone is picking it up. But I'm actually driving almost into the wind right now, and it is pretty darn strong. I can feel it in the truck when I'm cruising around. You know, the Jeep, or Jeep Gladiator, or even the Jeep Wrangler, it's just a box on wheels, man, and it loves to catch the wind. So beware, if you're looking to get into a Jeep and you don't like that kind of thing, you're looking for, I don't know, maybe a smoother ride in the wind. You get a little bit better when you're in a car, obviously. It's a lot more aerodynamic. But if you don't like the noise, you see it's calmed down now because I'm driving with the wind. It's actually behind me. And at 48, 50 miles an hour right now, the wind is not quite that strong. Although I would guess that we're probably having somewhere between 30 and 40 mile an hour gusts. Because of this front that's going through, which, by the way, is causing a lot of havoc up north, I hear, north of me. Fortunately, where I'm at in deep South Texas, and I mean deep South Texas, we don't get a lot of horrible weather unless, of course, it's a hurricane. That's a whole nother ball game. Nobody wants that. So anyway, it is noisy in here. It's noisy even when it's not windy or the weather's not bad outside. You're always going to hear more, and of course it makes sense because I mean it's a square, like I mentioned. It's just a big square, and if you happen to have one that has a soft top, I do have the Sunrider soft top on mine. So with the Freedom panels, believe it or not, I've actually found that it's a little bit louder. It's a little bit more noisy, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's because it's such a thin plastic or composite material, so it kind of amplifies the wind a little bit, whereas the soft top, the cloth, kind of mutes it a little. It was very strange. When I first put the Sunrider soft top in, I was shocked. I thought it would be a lot louder in the cab. Not to say that it gets rid of all the noise. It does not. If you want to do that and you have a Gladiator and you're keeping the hard panels, my suggestion would be to go with some sort of sound deadening material up there. A while back, I did a video with my buddy Randall, and I believe the brand he put in was Hothead, I think it was called. I could have that wrong. If you want to know, search the video out. We did the install. It was really pretty easy. It's all held on by, if I recall, adhesive. So you basically clean the top, put some tape down, and then tape it all up. And they also provide additional tape and stuff if there's other areas you want to cover. I think that's just because there's a little bit extra tape with the kit. I don't think that was really the intent. I'm sure they probably have other products that they would love to sell you for controlling sound in other areas, like maybe the floor, of course, the bulkhead across the back. And I believe Randall did do that. I believe he put some of that sound deadening tape across the bulkhead on the back. He doesn't like sound too much, so he kind of covered that up. Me, on the other hand, I don't have a big problem with the noise. The wind, of course, it's a little bit different when you're trying to make a video and you're driving into it like we're going to be again here in a minute. It can get a little bit loud, but otherwise, just driving down the road and stuff, I just crank the radio up a little bit. It doesn't bug me too much. And the one thing I want to mention too about the soft top, it does flex a little bit. So when the wind is really blowing around in different directions or gusting, sometimes it will blow up almost, if you will, and then smack back down on its supports. So you get a little bit more noise out of that. Now, if you happen to have the regular soft top, you get a lot more noise out of that. That thing blows and flexes and slaps the roll bars and slaps its own structure. You can hear that a lot. And I noticed that in Jeeps that I've had in the past, Wranglers, and of course also in my wife's Jeep. Much louder on the interior than what mine is. One little problem I want to mention, speaking of my wife's Jeep, On the back, the way the top is, it has two little rectangular areas, if you will. And on the bottom of them, there are little friction-like arms, I don't know what you call them, that kind of go up and under a holder on the Jeep. Since day one that we've had that Jeep, they have not stayed put. They always pop out. Every time I look back there after driving the Jeep, maybe it just does it sitting in the garage, I don't know, but they've always popped up in the back. We put them back in, they pop back out. That can help because the whole purpose of them is to make it taut back there. So I think we might get a little bit more blowing around type noise and stuff on that soft top because they don't actually affix exactly like they're supposed to. Who knows? It's just one of the nuances of having a Jeep, I guess, particularly if you have a soft top. By the way, I did hear, and I haven't actually seen it myself yet, but I did hear that there is, I think it's an aftermarket electric soft top option for the Jeep Gladiator. I think it is aftermarket. I don't think I've seen it as a stock option yet, although I could be wrong because I know that the Gladiator did have a full soft top option back when we were looking at mine, but it was all manual. And I couldn't imagine doing that with the Gladiator. It just seems like it's a whole lot of material and structure to mess with when you want to put the top down. Although that would be a lot easier than lifting off that back section. Freedom panels, while they're bulky, they're not overly heavy or anything. You just have to be careful with them. I know when Mom and I traded Jeeps, we actually put the hard top from this one on hers because on mine that I traded her, I had them in storage and they were in the case that it comes with, you know, but they were in storage, and when I pulled them out, I noticed there was a chip on the edge on one of the ends, and of course underneath the black top is white material. So it stuck out, it showed through, even though it was just a little tiny chip, you could still see it. So you have to be careful with those, which kind of sucks because if you're using the Freedom panels often, if you're taking them off and putting them on, I would say it's probably highly likely that sooner or later you're going to chip yours as well. And maybe you have. I'd be curious. If you have, leave a comment. Let me know. How do you find the durability of those Freedom panels? Have you chipped yours? Let me know. I'd be curious. So anyway, I just wanted to get on while the weather's like it is. Now we're driving back into the wind. My voice may have gotten louder. I'm sure you can hear it. It is quite loud. But anyway, I just wanted to get in, take advantage of the weather and the opportunity to let you guys know who maybe you don't have a Gladiator and you're looking at one. This is what you can expect in windy conditions anyway. Who knows? Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive Project Cars, all about currently the Mercedes-Benz. Doing lots of mods and stuff over there. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. And while you're at it, make sure you click the subscribe button here. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.